Hi YouTube! Today we're watching what's hiding at the most solitary place on Earth, the deep sea, by Kurzgesagt. Yippee!
Sometimes the world feels, boring.
No, it doesn't.
We
I like
visited
the world.
all the remote islands, conquered the Arctic, and penetrated the deepest jungles. But there is still one place to explore.
Oh my god.
It's a wet and deadly desert inhabited by mysterious creatures living in total darkness. The deep sea.
True, it's
Let's
dark
dive
as
down.
well. It's so scary, bruh. I hate the dark. I don't know if I ever talked about this on stream, but I don't like the dark. I always have like a little light on. And by a little light, I mean that it's my gaming PC that's still on when I'm sleeping. Fun fact, we know more about the surface of the moon compared to deep seas. That's actually insane. Actually insane.
When we look at the sheer scale of the Earth's oceans, it's hard to believe that less than 2% of all biomass on Earth lives here. And of that small percentage, around 90% is located close to the surface in the first 200 meters. This is where we begin our journey. Here, light can still penetrate the water, which allows photosynthesis
So it's actually solitary, like in the deep sea.
to occur. Phytoplankton, trillions and trillions of single-celled algae and bacteria make up the foundation of the ocean's ecosystem, and they're consumed by bigger plankton who are consumed by other species. The seafloor at this depth is akin to the Amazon rainforest.
Guys, almost snail, everyone.
And is often covered with coral reefs,
everywhere.
algae, and other sea plants that are
everywhere.
home to a plethora of sea animals. So far, we've focused most of our attention on this comparatively pleasant environment where we fish, swim, pollute, and do science. So, let's dive deeper. Moving from familiar coastal waters into deeper, more remote
It's
waters,
a hermit crab.
we eventually
I know it's a hermit crab, but it has a snail shell. Those are Phobia. They
the
are.
edge of the continental shelf, where we're confronted with the continental slope, the long descent down to the deep sea. With every additional meter
is there
of
a
water,
woman?
light fades drastically, which means there are basically no more plants, and the seemingly steep continental slope begins to remind us of the surface of the moon. Looking out, we're faced by what seems to be endless open water. Let's leave the slope behind us and enter what's known as the twilight zone, the portal to the deep sea. As we sink down further, the water pressure rises to deadly levels. The deepest scuba dive ever came in at 332 meters. At that depth,
Toilet zone, not toilet, twilight, it's twilight.
Pressure is like having 200 cars stacked on top of you.
Oh my
Yet
god.
we've only completed 3% of our journey.
What the heck? You can't... 300... Dude, if you imagine 332 meters, like in the air, isn't that like the Eiffel Tower? And then... But like... Oh my god. And then the sea goes this deep? Oh my god.
While this region seems pretty grim, many fish and other animals actually spend at least half their lives down here. During the day, it's a good place to rest and recover, hidden from predators in the vast, dark waters. At night, they can travel more safely into shallower zones to feed in the food-rich surface waters. In this transition zone between twilight and darkness, light becomes a powerful tool.
What?
Over 90% of the species indigenous to this deep environment use bioluminescence chemicals to create light. They do so as camouflage against the very faint sunlight, to send signals to potential mates, or to confuse and scare attackers. Or they use light to hunt. Another tool for survival in the dark.
It's so weird. It's so silly. They are like, you know, they're in the dark because it's dark, but then at the same time they do need light as well. It's kind of silly.
Is teamwork. At around 700 meters, we encounter a colony of siphonophores.
Oh?
They can be up to 50 meters in length, but are only as wide as a broomstick.
What is that?
To attract prey, a colony creates a tragically beautiful bright blue or
Is
red
that
light.
like a... Is that like a... What is it called in English? Oh my god, I don't know what it's called. Like the long... what are they called? The long worms.
And deploys a curtain of tentacles
No,
filled
the long-legged people.
with
Not
toxic
people. The long-legged bugs. No, not a tornado. A tapeworm. A centipede. Yeah, centipede was what I meant. Yeah.
needles that kill anything that comes too
I
close.
guess tapeworm also suits it. What do you
But
mean
most
bugs?
species living down here have to rely on an unlikely resource, marine snow. White, flaky stuff that constantly sinks from the surface to the bottom of the ocean. It consists of dead plant or animal parts, fecal matter,
Ew.
shells, sand, or dust.
Ew. So it's just dirt that floats. It's like if dirt just floated around in the air.
Even though this doesn't sound very tasty, without this crucial resource, life
Feast.
in the deep sea would starve. It's in this area that the most fascinating battles between two unlikely enemies could happen. Sperm whales hunt and attack a giant squid the
just
size of a
watched-
house.
Oh. I was gonna say we just learned about sperm whales. But I didn't know they eat squid like
While
that.
the squid fight back ferociously, they probably don't stand a chance, but they do leave permanent marks on their killer's skin. As we reach 1,000 meters, deeper than the tallest structure built by humans, we need to be
Oh. See, that's what I mean. It's insane. You can't even go that high up in the air, right? Because then at some point you just reach, what is it called? You just reach space. Yeah.
careful. This is the Midnight Zone, a place of utter darkness.
Oh, I hate
A
that.
barely explored wet wasteland consisting of nothing but endless black open water.
Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe I do have deep sea phobia.
At these depths, it's harder for a human to take a swim than to take a walk in space. Finding food down here is really hard, so life had to adapt and become extremely energy efficient. Like the 30-centimeter long vampire squid that floats through the water without
I've
motion,
seen
with
that.
long and slender catching arms extended.
Those look scary.
They're covered in tiny, stiff hairs which brush food from the water. This saves a lot of energy compared to actively catching food. For carnivorous fish,
Wait,
it's much
space is 100 kilometers up almost. Oh. Okay, maybe I underestimated how high up space is then. I'ma be honest. Oopsie. Oopsie.
harder to find food since living prey is quite rare down here. So the hunters have to get a perfect grip on their victim on first strike, otherwise it will escape into the dark. Many deep-sea predators have several sets of long and deadly teeth. Like the viperfish, which uses its long fangs to trap
Oh my
even
God.
large prey and swallow it whole.
Terrifying.
Or the frilled shark with its impressive
Oh!
set of 300 teeth.
I don't know
which
why
are
I'm so scared of it. This animation, the style of the animation doesn't make it that scary, but I still was kind of
curved backwards to hook their victims in their mouths. We sink further, below the 3,800 mark, as deep as the grave of the Titanic. We are now at abyssal depths.
Oh.
Here, life happens in slow motion.
Have you ever seen a goblin shark? I haven't.
Preserving every last bit of energy is crucial for survival.
No, I don't want to play
Everything down
Subnautica.
here
It's so
hovers
scary.
motionless or swims in a slow, elegant fashion. The only time the animals living in this zone move fast is when they have to escape danger. Like the Dumbo octopod paddling with its ear-like fins, or the grenadier's fish with its slow, eel-like tail
Silly.
beats. At 4,000
Those
meters,
look- oh
we
my
finally
God.
reach ground again, the abyssal plain. It's covered in grey mud and rocks,
Okay, to
dusted
be fair, this music makes it also like scarier. Look up the goblin shark. It looks British. Okay, hold on. Goblin shark. What do you mean looks British? Oh my god. You know, for a second I thought you just made a joke. Like, as in, goblin these nuts, you know. It does look silly. It does though. Bruh. Don't say it. Poor Brits, man. I can't believe you guys keep hating on British people and I keep defending them, man. I can't believe
with the remains
it.
of marine snow, which is consumed by animals like sea cucumbers, shrimp, sea urchins, and sea worms. In some regions of the seafloor, small dark mineral deposits can be seen. These are
Cookie cutter
manganese
shark?
nodules.
Okay.
Deep-sea corals and sponges use them to anchor themselves on the bottom of the sea. Though life is sparse on the deep seafloor, even down here there are oases.
Oh, that one looks.
In the rift valleys,
doesn't look too
where
bad.
tectonic plates are
Oh,
splitting
shit.
apart, magma heats up seawater and creates dark jets of water and minerals as hot as 400 degrees Celsius that form elaborate
What?
chimneys and towers. Extremophile
400?
bacteria use the minerals to create organic substances
Oh,
that are the
hello,
basis for
Fire,
unique
welcome.
ecosystems. As we descend further, we reach the deepest point of the abyssal plain at 6,000 meters. For most of the seafloor, this is as deep as it gets. But if we want to get
Wait.
to the deepest point of the oceans,
Okay.
we're actually only halfway there.
What?
Let's enter the hadal zone, the underworld of the sea. It consists of long, narrow trenches that only make up around 0.25% of
Wait, they have that in Dave the Diver. They have that in Dave the Diver.
the oceans and are among the most extreme
guys.
environments on Earth. Only
Full
extremophiles
speed
exist down
ahead.
here, like the ethereal
Oh my
snailfish that holds the record for the
Snail?
deepest living fish ever seen at around 8,000 meters.
Oh my
We
god.
see spiky and sharp black rocks rush by as we sink down to more than 10,000. Until we reach the final
I
slope.
hate that.
A trench inside the larger Mariana Trench with gently sloping sides that enframe a valley about 1.6 kilometers wide. This is it, the deepest point, the Challenger Deep, 11,000 meters below the surface. The water pressure here is 1,086 bar. Taking a swim here is like having to balance 1,800 elephants on top of
What?
you.
Wait,
even here,
but normally when you like swim, right, you feel light, right? You feel lighter. But then if you get this deep, I guess it's different, right? It gets more difficult. That's crazy,
Life has
bro.
found a way to thrive.
Oh my god.
Next to sea cucumbers, white and light pink amphipods wiggle their way through the water. Their size is astounding. While their shallow water cousins are merely a few centimeters long, the deep sea version can reach up to 30 centimeters. And there are other things floating elegantly through the water. Plastic bags that were found by scientists in 2018. Even the remotest place on Earth is not
What?
safe from human influence.
I actually didn't expect that. Cause I thought they're like so light, right? I didn't think they would like float down that deep. Cause that means they also have to like withstand the pressure in a way, right? That's actually crazy.
There's nothing left to do now, and our oxygen is running out, so
Uh-oh.
we begin our ascent.
Yeah. Wait, what was the thing with the guys who were visiting the Titanic in their sub and then died?
After hours of traveling through dark nothingness, we finally see a glimpse of
Oh my
light.
god! Hi,
We arrive
sweet
back
sheep.
at a calm surface.
It's not, but that was just what I was just thinking about. Yeah, exactly. And they used what was it, like an Xbox controller?
The oceans are so deep. There is so much of them. We owe it to ourselves and to our descendants to preserve them as well as we can. There are still
Logitech.
so many wondrous things left to be
Logitech.
discovered.
Oh my god.
This bird has magical powers.
Oh,
Let's see a demonstration.
this is an advertisement.
Bring in the latest scientific research. Wow, that's a lot of complicated stuff about the immune system and all
They were
its...
going to look at the Titanic. Yeah. They were, Ocean Gate. Carbon fiber glued together to titanium caps. Everyone warned them about. Yeah. Everyone said this is not gonna be like, this is not safe enough, but they did it anyway, and then they died.
cells. How could someone possibly understand all of this? Incredible. This overview
they
is
tried, I
delightful
guess.
and easy to grasp, but still scientifically accurate.
Wow.
Let's make it a bit more difficult. Can she make all of evolution visible at a glance? This is brilliant. You can
Ooh,
clearly
that's
see the
actually
relationships between species and how they evolved. And look at those illustrations. These posters are ready to be shared with the world. These very special pieces of Kurzgesagt are now available on our shop along with many other sciencey products, all researched with care and created with
Actually
love
cool
by the
merch,
burbs with
guys.
magical powers. Every Kurzgesagt product you buy directly funds another moment we get to spend working on our videos. Thank you so much for being a part of our story and for making this channel possible.
Yeah, everyone, check out Kurzgesagt. Guys, Kurzgesagt, that's German, by the way. It literally means in a nutshell, which, is the second name, I guess. But, yeah, check them out. And if you want to watch me live, hop over on Twitch. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye, YouTube!